this point, it doesn't look like it.
So, we have our own camera system, don't we?
Brand new one, we just got it back Friday. Yeah.
So are we going to concentrate, seeing as the Sawgrass doing sewer, we're going to concentrate on storm, because that can be
Right.
just as dangerous.
I know
Yes,
there are some
yes,
slab storm drains.
We're coming up with a program, and right now, we're being proactive, not proactive, but reactive, just because of the,
Well, it's always been reactive.
yeah, well, it's because
Outliers.
we don't have enough people to get a full crew out there just to work every day, because it is a 6, sometimes, those guys work 7 days. I mean, they work long hours, it's every day they're out there televising.
So liquid force, do they do the same process for storm drains though, or
Yes,
they do?
they even do water mains also. They can line a water main, and that's part of the contract that we have too, is water main.
That's developed for the military, actually, for aircraft carriers.
Okay, I'll move on to 12. This is for the DTE 85 streetlights along Northline.
Madam Chair, it may make sense to have Glenn cover both 12 and 13 simultaneously. Maybe just, Glenn, if you want to walk through the analysis of where we're at and how we got here.
Yep. Madam Chair, council members, mayor, items 12 and 13 do go together, and 12 is, I prepared a proposal for TIFA back in December to consider replacing the 85 streetlights, the posts, the fixtures, and there's a couple foundations that need repair from Telegraph all the way to Inkster Road. These posts are in very bad shape, and probably 50% of them need to be replaced. So upon presenting the proposal, TIFA approved it. We had Howard and Howard go over the contract, and there was some delay over some language on identification on once the posts were repaired and the transfer from the city to DTE was completed. They had some questions that we were able to clear up, but that's basically it. Really, the total package or program that DTE is going to spend out of their pocket is about $160,000. They're going to give us a revenue credit of about $118,000, and that's where we drill down to $41,654 just for the post replacement, and it's another $37,655 to convert from the high pressure sodium fixtures over to LED, 135 watts. The only thing I want to say is once it's completed and the sale is made to DTE, they will have the onus to provide maintenance on a complete system, underground cabling, the posts, and the fixtures themselves. We will be out of that business to do any repairs on those lights in that stretch, as we have done in the past. In addition, it's going to cost us more money per year for that, around $12,000 more than we originally paid for just the energy or electricity.
My biggest question is what are we getting for, why are we giving these poles to them for?
Because they're going to take over all the maintenance and all the future
Replacements?
expenditures of that.
So that's contingent on the other one where they're replacing everything and they get to keep the old one? I mean, I don't understand. I would think those poles and everything on them are worth a lot more money than, I mean, even if we just scrap them, I mean, I don't understand that.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to reuse those posts anywhere.
Oh, I'm not saying we are, but I mean, I think we could scrap them for a lot more than $1. 85, you figure, I don't know.
The buck is more with regards to the transfer of the asset to the DTE city than the scrap value.
I can understand with the responsibility, the city, losing liability with the poles and then going to DTE. I can understand a little bit more. Before I was thinking, I'm not sure about that, but with the liability transfer, I think, honestly, it's probably a good thing.
I assumed that the price would go up because they were going to assume maintenance where we previously were. But did you say the price is going up because of the electricity charge or because of the maintenance charge?
No, it's going to be the ongoing maintenance of the cabling, underground cabling system, as well as any additional maintenance involved with the
Right.
post or the LED fixture
Because
itself.
our usage should go down, right? Our monthly rate from PTE will go down, we pay
It's-
more for
Well,
maintenance.
the rate won't, the cost will.
So we currently pay,
Yeah, our annual expense.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, we currently pay $15,000 a year for that stretch of lights, just for the electricity.
Right, right.
So that would go from 15 to 27,000, with them taking the ownership of the
Right.
system.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
And
sense.
we will be out of maintaining that
I mean,
stretch
I don't know
of
what we
lights.
spent annually for maintaining those lights anyways, but whatever happens is their problem, not ours.
And that would only leave two stretches of lights still owned by the city of Taylor. So there's 39 lights still on Van Born Road from Pelham to Telegraph. And I believe there's 12 lights on E-course.
Right.
E-course from Taylor to Holland Road.
That was the other thing I was trying to clarify in terms of how many we still own versus, because the statement that was made that we're gonna maintain the whole system, I'm thinking, we only showed 97 on that last report that we saw, but I understand the.
Yeah, when I said system,
Yeah,
sorry
I got
to use
you.
that word, it's just a Northline.
No, once I got the
System.
feedback, I understood exactly what you were talking about.
Well, and these are, I'm not sure if it was you, it might have been Dave Mackey, this was a while ago, with the light problem we had on Van Born Road. Are these those lights on Van Born between Pelham and Telegraph that will be part of this? Well,
No, this is strictly the Northline
Just
street
Northline.
lights from Telegraph to Inkster, both, was that north and south?
So those
side?
lights are still owned by the city?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
For now.
And I think they're in the TIFA district, so I can present a proposal to them to see.
We actually still have to have some ongoing problems with those lights, and that may change together. Once goes out, they all go out, and they pose a serious problem for that neighborhood for a long time. Yeah. So just wanted to let you know.
Okay, number 14. This is to approve amending Fiore Enterprises contract to perform concrete pavement repairs in various locations. Is that because we're adding on to their existing contract, or is their price changing? Are we still
Madam
getting
Chair.
that low price that we had 2 years ago?
Their contract, Fiore went out to bid for a specific amount, and we're adding on to that. We're reacting to complaints, CRMs, and some collapsed catch basins that are in the street. There's 23 catch basins that we need to reconstruct that are just falling apart. And there's also areas that need to be replaced with concrete.
This is, I know that there's a list of areas.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I think this is specific though because of the funding source
It is.
to a particular type of project.
Okay.
It's all in the right of way.
Yes.
What this is. We have handicap walks that need to be replaced. We have some catch basins that need to be replaced. Things that are right of way.
We've had a number of times where we go ahead and extend. At what point do you consider rebidding it based on, I know you got a low price at one point, but if in hindsight we would have bid the whole amount at the same time, is it possible we would have got more bidders or we would have got more attractive pricing? At what point would
Or
you
lower price for
go ahead
more.
and rebid new work
Right.
just to see if anything's changed in the market, to see if we could do better than?
I think their
low price?
contract expires in June 30th, and we are going to go out to bid after June 30th.
I believe Greg has both asphalt and concrete specs.
When you say their contract, they're guaranteed all concrete work that's done in the city, or just the amounts that we approved at the time the contract was signed?
Well, whatever you guys have approved, or if an amendment comes forward.
Right, this is new, right?
Correct.
So this wouldn't be under their existing contract?
Well, it's under their existing unit price, but
Right.
because it was a
But we're
unit
not
price contract.
legally required to give them this business if we don't want to.
Right. No, if you don't want
So I'm
to.
asking, at what point would we get another bid just to see?
We're
And it's
entertaining the
another
question.
$100,000.
Yeah, prior to June, we'll have the spec out, and we'll put it in after this contract expires as well as bid again.
Correct, both concrete and asphalt.
But what I think what he's saying is, even, let's say next contract goes to Ajax, and it's for 2 million square feet. And we get a project coming up that's for another 50,000 square feet. Would we use them, or would we take that out the bid?
That is the question.
Well, if you're doing, the vast majority of this is the panel replacement, it's the type of work. If you're doing like a whole road or something to that extent, then you would absolutely bid the project out. It would be project-based, not unit-based. If that answers your question.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that we're always, you know, doing our due diligence to make sure that we're getting the best bang for our buck.
I think what you're seeing is you're starting to see some of the price discounts plateau. So like last year when we went out to have the concrete and the asphalt, the commodity priced, the cost had gone up in both of them. This year I'm not sure we're seeing that, so they're speccing it out to go out for bid.
Yeah, and I don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot. I want to get the best price. I just don't know at what point you say, hey, let's take a look just in case.
Yeah, well, I think we're there, but related to this is a particular type of work, and how many catch basins did you say, Keith?
23.
I don't remember what it was.
There's 23 catch basins, 47 ADA ramps, and it's broken down. We got 1,365 curbs to replace with some bad concrete.
All right, I'm good. I appreciate the info though.
16, we want to approve Douglas Electric for furnishing and installing the new LED fixtures at the Sheridan.
Madam Chair, I think we included some language in there that Guido had provided an update. We also had in the remarks Fairfax Electric, who was a Taylor-based company. They were slightly higher, but I wanted him to include it in the event council wanted to consider them. It was $1,200, I think, in total. And they did help write the original scope, although they recognize that that doesn't mean that there's any guarantee tied to it. We did want to at least include that if council wanted to consider it. But Douglas is qualified and can do the work.